Hey everybody, Tim here from Rat Daddy Studios. Little check-in video. It's Sunday evening, February 18th, and rainy weekend. Daytona 500 and a few other things rained out. I'm just below Daytona, about 18 miles south of Daytona Beach. So a lot of disappointed race fans in town, but some people will hang around. Probably the race is supposed to go tomorrow if there's no rain, but that's not 100% yet. There may be some rain. It's still raining solid out there right now and cold and shitty. And I feel bad for those people, but it happens, as we all know. But anyway, just I'm going to show you a couple of updates on a few things that I'm working on. So get right to it. So first, I'm going to show you. This is the GTR that I'm working on. This is an Aoshima kit, and this is something different for me. I haven't ever really built like anything like this, so I like this because it's got the wide body kit on here. I also like the rear end because it looks a lot like the Mustang taillights that are in there. I think it's kind of cool. I painted this with Auto Air, Createx Auto Air. I used a chameleon purple. As you can see, it's changing color, so it kind of goes from white to purple. It's iridescent. Flip-flop. You can see that. And then I fogged it with a deep candy purple, just around the edges, all around the bottom areas, and did just a little slight fog here in the hood area, just a little bit. This is a nice solid kit. It's fairly simple, as you can see back there. No motor. Chassis is cool. Has kind of little working suspension, steering front end, which is kind of cool. Working on the dash right now. I got most of the interior done. Not sure what a lot of this stuff is. I'm guessing this is either stereo equipment in the front there or computer equipment. I did the interior. I painted the whole thing in a metallic base coat. It's House of Colors Pavo Purple. And then I did a mix of glosses and flat. So I left this part, and I also did, see here, the door panels inside. I left those flat, no gloss. And then the seats I went on and cleared, so you can see that gives them that nice metal flake kind of vinyl-y look, kind of like that old sparkle seat coverings that we all loved when we were kids. So the seats are done in that, and I did the dashboard, glossed that up as well, as you can see. Nice gloss finish, and just did basic stuff. You're not going to see a lot of this once this is together. So I've got a few pieces left, some details, but I got, the rear bumper and taillight section is in. Working on the front, still got to do a lot of lights in there. There's 2 or 3 more pieces that go into that, and get that going. So that's coming along. Probably finish that this week. This thing, let's move this out of the way. So this thing, this is a metal drum, which is all taped off right now. It's in a microflake base coat. And I'm going to start shooting candies over all the rest of this. There'll be a lot of different candy colors, and then I'll peel all that tape away, and that metallic base coat will show through, and then I will gloss the entire thing with a bunch of flake in my clear. So you'll have all these colors with flake, and then you'll have those bands of silver and flake. And the 3D printed rat Fink that sits on this, he is coming along, and he'll sit on top of the drum here when he's finished, and then you can kind of see him. So, and he's done the same way. Actually, I used that Pavo purple on his outfit, and then I hand lettered my initials on his belly instead of RF. I got TN on there. And I'll get him back in the light there. You can see he's done in various shades of candy. And then I brush painted in a lot of the details, and still working on his eyeballs. That's not done. The tongue's got to be glossed down. I'll do some yellow on the teeth and then gloss over those. And I'm leaving him, the suit, his little bodysuit, or his overalls, they'll stay flat, and the rest of him obviously is very glossy. And then he'll sit on top of here when he's done. and I'll make a base. I'm thinking of doing some lighting in this, but he's going to be holding a model car on a stick, and he has a little tiny airbrush that goes in his hand. So kind of a self-portrait in Fink. So that's moving along. And then the other thing we're kind of messing with, this is what we have nicknamed the Von Franco project. This is a joint project with Chuck Darnell and I. Chuck built the entire car. This is one of those rare resin race kits. Race was a t-shirt design, one of Roth's t-shirts designs. You probably remember it was kind of this front view here, and it said race with a question mark, and had this in there. And these were originally sculpted and done by Jerry Petrie, probably 20 years ago or more now. Unfortunately, Jerry passed away quite some time ago. And these are extremely, extremely rare. Impossible to find. And one of these days, I will tell you the story of how I got my original race kit and how it led to ongoing projects, and now just lately with the creation of some more of these. Chuck actually had this complete kit retooled. That was his end of the year project. He had 24 of these made. He does have a few of these left. I think they sell for about $300. This is solid resin. And if you want to own a real rarity for your collection, these things are an absolute blast. I did mine probably 2 years ago before he did this project, but he had this entire kit remastered, and it was done at Van Chase Studios, and they did a wonderful job remastering the body a lot. They simplified a lot of the kit, made a lot of things better. This is one of the cast, I think from one of Chuck's original castings that he did a few years ago, and there were very few of these done. I think maybe Chuck, he might have done maybe 8, maybe 10 total, maybe. So there's not a lot of these in existence. So, and I will tell you that story one of these days. It's a little long and drawn out, and I would have to probably just about kind of read it off my website to you and kind of illustrate, show you a few things of how a lot of things transpired for me to get my hands on one of these kits, and eventually for us to get it up to this very point where Chuck had this remastered. But anyway, so Chuck did the whole car. I'm doing the figure. I just got more paint laid down on him this weekend a little bit. I got some faded color on the helmet now. And what I'll do now is I'm going to draw out all the flames on here. I will hand paint out all the flames and then pinstripe all that, and then I will paint in the rest of the details on his body. So we'll get him out of there. As you can see, I haven't got his other hand on there yet, but he's looking pretty cool. Some hot colors. Of course, he's got a lot of details to go, but there he is, that traditional Roth figure with that arm jacked up in the air for that big shifter, and which will also be added. This would be that big shifter right there. You can see that's the resin cast part of that. I have to put his other hand in there. Of course, the steering wheel in his other hand. So that's getting near the end. We did this work because Von Franco, who was our friend, he did some work for us. We both have an original Von Franco painting that he did for us as a result of us offering to do this for him. This is something that when Chuck and I got together last year when I was up at his house, we decided we were going to do something for Franco. And we scrounged together enough parts out of all Chuck's scrap stuff that he had in his casting bins, overruns and pieces. And we came up with just about enough to do this whole project. I had extra figure parts here, which I came home and scrounged together and managed to get it cleaned up enough where it was presentable, and did a lot of sanding and filling on him, but he's really come together. He's going to be cool. So, and it really pops with the purple. Franco wanted the car in purple, and I think it looks great. And Chuck just really just chromed a piss. He just chromed most of the engine. It looks really good. And that's all airbrushed with Molotow chrome. So yeah, so you can see what that's going on. You can see this is a metallic gray. That whole rear axle housing and the drive shaft is in this metallic gray. And he did some cool work on the tires here. They're kind of roughed up where they look like they're, this isn't easy to do with resin, to make this stuff look like it's worn. So I think it's going to be a great, and hopefully I'm going to try to get that figure finished up here in the next 2 weeks so we can get this out to Franco. Get this sitting on his desk instead of mine. But anyway, that's where I'm at. And yeah, just a little update. Obviously, couldn't do much more than do a little spray painting over the weekend because the weather was so bad. It's just so damp out there and nasty, but it is what it is. We hardly ever get any rain, so we're actually pretty happy to get in the rain, but feel bad for the race fans. But anyway, that's today's update. I'll probably talk to you later on this week. In the meantime, stay busy, keep building. Hope all of you are building stuff, and have a good week, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks.